धर्मवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay. Let's begin with a bhajan. So today is the last class of Dhruva Maharaj prayers, and next class we will be doing something very nice. Prayers of Vyasadev. Okay. So begin. Before that, let's begin with a bhajan, and then we will begin with the class. A very famous bhajan. Okay. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira hari hari bolite nayane bave nira Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बवे नीरा आराघवे नीताय जल्दी करुणा संसारा बसना मोरा खबे तू चाहबे गौरांगा बोलिते हबे पुलका शरीरा हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बवे नीरा विषयाचर्या खबे शुद्ध कबे हम हेराबो श्री वृंदावना आर विषयाचर्या शुद्ध कबे हम हेराबो श्री वृंदावना गौरांगा बोलिते हवे पुलका शरीरा हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बवे नीरा रूप रघुनाथ होय बिना कोटि कबे हम भुजा भुसे जुगल प्रीति गौरांगा बोलिते हवे पुलका शरीरा हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बवे नीरा रूप रघुनाथ पदे प्रार्थना करो या सदा नरोत्तम दासा गौरांगा बोलिते हवे पुलका शरीरा न हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बवे नीरा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Can anybody read the translation? You can unmute and read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. When will that opportune moment come to us? When there will be shivering of the body as soon as we chant Lord Gauranga's name. While chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be tears in the eyes? When will I obtain the mercy of Lord Nityananda Chandra? When by his mercy will the desire for material enjoyment become very insignificant? When the mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavana and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful. When shall I be very much eager to study the books left by the six Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami? By their instruction, I shall be able to properly understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. My only aspiration is to attain the lotus feet of the six Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. Narottama Dasa constantly prays to attain their lotus feet.
Hare Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So lots to learn from this. This is really not for us. Because here it says Pulaka Sharira. Gauranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Sharira. The moment, when the moment we say Gauranga, when we call out Gauranga's name, we need to get goosebumps all over our body. Are we getting it? No. We need to get tears in our eyes. Are we getting it? No. Right? We are absolutely stone-like. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, Nayanam Galada Shrudharaya, Pulakar Nichitam Vapukada, Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyami. Right? When I hear your name in future, at least, please, let me cry when I hear your name. Let me cry when I chant your name. Let me also get goosebumps, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that. Who are we? Right? We are not even devotees. Right? So, Narottam Das Thakur is saying, my spiritual life will become successful only when I'm able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna. And when do we understand that? Only when the mind is completely purified of all the anarthas that we have. Right? Only then. And for all this, what do we need? Nityananda's mercy. Right? Only by his mercy, our material enjoyment, the desire for material enjoyment becomes insignificant, comes to an end. And then our spiritual life will start. Prabhupada says in one of the purports, human life begins with sense control. When we don't control our senses, when we are not able to control our urges, we have not even begun our human life. Can you imagine? Right? Prabhupada says human life begins with sense control. Right? So we need to achieve that stage someday. And today is the last class of Dhruva Maharaj prayers. Next class, we will be doing something really nice. It's just one verse that we will be doing in the next class. It's Vyasadev's prayers to Krishna. And you will understand Krishna's eternal transcendental position. Just one verse will explain everything. So there's it's a very nice class. Next class, okay. It's very surprising that how one verse can explain Krishna completely, right? We will all see that in the next class. So today, it's the last class of Dhruva Maharaj, and so before we begin, just rewind. Recap of all the classes that we've done about Dhruva Maharaj. So who is Dhruva Maharaj's mother? You can unmute and answer. Or you can put your answers in the chat also.
Suniti Mata.
Sorry?
Suniti Mata.
Suniti, yeah, Suniti, right? And who is the one who insulted him?
Suruchi Mata.
Suruchi, exactly. Why was she insulting him? Why did she insult him?
Because he went and sat in his dad's lap in the throne, and she wanted her son to be the next king. So she said, "You don't deserve," and she insulted him. She asked him to go.
Yeah, right. What is that one thing that she said which really insulted Dhruva Maharaj and he started crying? Anybody knows?
That he has not taken birth from her womb.
Haribol. Yeah. If he had taken birth from her womb, then he would be eligible to sit on his father's lap. Right? And yeah, and now who is good Dhruva Maharaj spiritual master?
Narad Muni.
Narada Muni. Yeah. And what does he instruct? What does he instruct Dhruva Maharaj? No one knows? He gives instructions, right? So what instructions does he give? Which mantra does he instruct?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, right? And what does he say? What does he say? What should he do with that mantra?
He has to chant on that, meditate on that,
And meditate on?
the mantra.
No? Meditate on what? No one knows? Meditate on the feature of the Lord in the heart of Dhruva Maharaj, the Paramatma, right? The form of the Lord in the heart. And that when he was constantly meditating upon the heart, the Paramatma form of the Lord in his heart, that same Paramatma disappeared from his heart and then came and stood in front of him, right? And now, another interesting question. So which form did Lord come in front of Dhruva Maharaj? What was that form called? Did he come in Krishna form? No. Which form did he come? Yeah, Vishnu, but there are innumerable Vishnu forms, right? Innumerable Vaikuntha planets. In each Vaikuntha planet, there is one form of Vishnu. So which form? Anybody knows? No one knows? Prashni Garbha. So the form in which, the Lord came in front of Dhruva Maharaj was Prashni Garbha, one of the Vishnu's forms. Okay. So who is Prashni Garbha? Any idea? Who are Prashni Garbha's parents? You can put your answers in the chat also. Who are Prashni Garbha's parents? No one knows? It's there in the name itself. Prashni and Sutapa. So Prashni and Sutapa are none other than Devaki and Vasudev. Okay, so actually Prashni and Sutapa, they are husband and wife. They pray to Krishna in that Janma, okay, asking Krishna to come as their son. Not just once, 3 times. Okay, then Krishna says, yes, I will come as your son 3 times. And first time he comes as Prashni Garbha. He takes birth from the womb of Prashni, who is Devaki. Okay, that's why he gets the name Prashni Garbha first time. Second time he comes as Vamana Dev, and that time Vasudev and Devaki came as Aditi and Kashyapa Muni. Okay, and Vamana Dev was born to Aditi and Kashyapa Muni. That was the second time. Third time was the last time where Devaki and Vasudev, Krishna comes as their child, as Devaki and Vasudev's child. These are the 3 times where Devaki and Vasudev get the Lord as their son continuously. Okay. So, Prashni Garbha is that form. It's a Vishnu form, Shanku Chakra Gada Padma, 4-armed form. Okay, which Dhruva Maharaj got to see Prashni Garbha. Okay, the form of Vishnu. And how was his tapasya? Anybody knows? Dhruva Maharaj was meditating, right? Was he eating, drinking? How was he meditating? How severe was his austerity?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I'm not sure, but I'll try, Mataji. He meditated for 6 months, Mataji. Before, initially, he started taking water and leaves or something like that. Then he stopped taking leaves also. Then he stopped taking air also. Breathing also he stopped, and then.
Yeah, very nice.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
so initially, what happened? He was eating 3 times. 3 days, once in 3 days, he was eating berries and fruits and all that. Then he started eating once in 6 days. Okay, and then he stopped eating. He was only surviving on air. And then going forward, slowly, he stopped breathing also. Can you imagine? Once he stopped breathing, the entire world started suffocating. All the demigods were also started, feeling suffocated. Can you imagine? That's the power of a tapasya. That's the power of a pure devotee's tapasya, right? And as Mataji said, 6th month, Krishna came and gave him darshan, and his austerity ended. Okay, and after he saw Krishna, um, he starts praying, right? Offering prayers to the Lord. And we've come to the end, last 3 verses. And then we finish with Dhruva Maharaj prayers. Tvam nitya mukta parishuddha vibhuddha atma kutastha adi purusho bhagavam striyadishaha yad buddhi avastitam akhanditaya swadrishtya drashtastatav adimukha vyatarikta ashe. My Lord, by your unbroken transcendental glance, you are the supreme witness of all sages of intellectual activities. You are eternally liberated. Your existence is situated in pure goodness, and your existence in the super soul. You are existent in the super soul without change. You are the original personality of Godhead, full with 6 opulences, and you are eternally the master of the 3 modes of material nature. Thus, you are always different from the ordinary living entities. As Lord Vishnu, you maintain all affairs of the entire universe, and yet you stand aloof and are the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. Okay, can everybody read the purport, please? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Jai Shri Mataji, you can read Mataji. No problem. I have other opportunities.
Okay. The screen is little on top. Yeah. An aesthetic argument against the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead states that if God, the Supreme Person, appears and disappears and sleeps and awakens, then what is the difference between God and the living entity? Dhruva Maharaja is carefully distinguishing the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from that of the living entities. He points out the following differences. The Lord is eternally liberated. Whenever he appears, even within this material world, he is never entangled by the 3 modes of material nature. He is therefore known by 3 adisya, the matter of the 3 modes of material nature. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Daiva by Isa, Gunamaya, Mamamaya, Durutaya. The living entities are all engaged in the 3 modes of material nature. The external energy of the Lord is very strong, but the Lord, as the master of the 3 modes of material nature, is ever liberated from the action and reaction of those modes. He is therefore uncontaminated, as stated in the Isopanishad. The contamination of the material world does not affect the Supreme Godhead. Krishna therefore says in the Bhagavad Gita that those who are rascals and fools think of him as an ordinary human being, not knowing his Param Bhavam. Param Bhavam refers to his being always transcendently situated. Material contamination cannot affect him. Another difference between the Lord and the living entity is that a living entity is always in darkness. Even though he may be situated in the mode of goodness, there are still so many things which are unknown to him. But it is not the same for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows past, present, and future, and everything that is happening in everyone's heart. Bhagavad Gita confirms this. The Lord is not part of the soul. He is the unchangeable Supreme Soul, and the living entities are his parts and parcels. The living entity is forced to appear in this material world under the direction of Daiva Maya, but when the Lord appears, he comes by his own internal potency, Atma Maya. Besides that, a living entity is within the time of past, present, and future. His life has a beginning, a birth, and in the conditioned state, his life ends with death. but the Lord is Adi Purusha, the original person. In the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma offers his respect to the Adi Purusha, Govinda, the original person who has no beginning, whereas the creation of this material world has a beginning. The Vedanta says, Janmadi Asya Yataha, everything is born from the Supreme, but the Supreme has no birth. He has all the six opulences in full and beyond comparison. He is the master of material nature. His intelligence is not broken under any circumstances. He stands aloof, although he is the maintainer of the whole creation. As stated in the Vedas, the Lord is a supreme maintainer. Living entities are meant to serve him by offering sacrifices, for he is the rightful enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. Therefore, everyone should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord with his life, his riches, his intelligence, and his words. This is the original constitutional position of the living entities. One should never compare the sleeping of an ordinary living entity to the sleeping of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the casual ocean. There is no stage at which the living entity can compare to the Supreme Person. The Mayavadi philosophers, being unable to adjust to all this, came to the conclusion of impersonalism or wisdom. Or voidism. Sorry.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So, very beautifully explained. So, so many important points here. So let's begin one by one. So first of all, Krishna says it's very difficult to overcome Maya, right? Krishna says, Daivi hiesha gunamayi mama maya duratya in Bhagavad Gita, right? Maya is very powerful. Definitely, all of us are entangled, entrapped in Maya, right? She is very, very powerful. So Krishna says there is one way where we can come out of Maya. How? Anybody knows?
Taking
Daivi
shelter
hiesha gunamayi. Huh.
taking shelter of Lord Krishna Mataji by Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah. Mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite, Krishna says, right? Those who surrender unto me, for them it's very easy to come out of Maya, Krishna says, right? In Bhagavad Gita. So, lot of us think, right? We have so many kinds of exercises today, mind control exercises, breathing exercises, right? What is that called? Grooming ourselves psychologically, right? So many fancy names with so many kinds of exercises. But we need to understand there are a lot of people who've done all this before. It's given in the scriptures, and they've failed, right? They've failed. For example, Vishwamitra. Okay, anybody knows the instance? What happened to Vishwamitra? It comes in Bhagavad Gita. No one knows?
He was
Yes,
attracted, Mataji. He lost his control, Mataji, for
He
Urvashi.
was attracted by whom, Mataji?
Urvashi Mataji? I'm not sure. Menaka.
Menaka.
Yeah, some
Menaka.
Mataji or Prabhuji.
Menaka. Yeah, very nice. So he was sitting for tapasya, okay? He was closing his eyes and meditating. And then what happened? Menaka came down just to disturb him, okay? From the heavenly planets, right? She is an apsara, right? So when she came down and she tried to disturb him in many ways and he got disturbed. He gave up his tapasya, right? He got carried away by the beauty, material, Maya, right? Material beauty. And she was sent by Indra because Indra is always ready to disturb others' tapasya just to guard his position. If others do tapasya, they become successful, what will happen to my chair? That is what Indra is bothered about. So he keeps doing all this, and Vishwamitra's consciousness was not strong. So he gave up, he fell down, right? Any other instances from scriptures who tried controlling their mind through ways other than devotional service? Anybody else? Durvasa Muni also. I got an answer in the chat. Yes. Durvasa Muni could not control anger. Right? He could not control anger. So, when Amrish Maharaj broke his Ekadashi fast with water, Durvasa Muni went and questioned, I am there as Atiti, I mean as a guest in your house. You need to feed the guest first. How can you drink water? Right? And he couldn't control anger. And what happened finally? Vishnu, Mahavishnu sent Sudarshan to kill Durvasa Muni, right? And finally, only Ambarish Maharaj could save him, right? So Durvasa Muni is a big one of the big munis, right, rishis, who could travel to even Vaikuntha Loka. He even went to Vaikuntha Loka saying, "Take your Sudarshan back. It's going to kill me." Right? So he has that power to even travel to Vaikuntha Loka, but he couldn't overcome anger, right? Because he was not a devotee, right? Only through devotional service we can control our mind, senses, or any kind of problems that we have, right? Who else from the scriptures? Who else couldn't control their senses? Who else fell down? Who else? From Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, Keshav Prabhuji.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, I don't know, Mataji, but Vedic scriptures, Ajamila also.
Ajamila, yes. Yeah. Explain what happened to him.
Ajamila, went and he seen a lady and he got enticed. So he left his wife and he started living with that lady. And then when it was time, when he realized, he was calling out to his son really, because he had named his son Narayana. And because of that, he was able to attain. But the reason why he fell down was because he got enticed by the material need of a woman. So
Yeah.
he went after her by leaving his wife and his mother and family.
Yeah. Yeah. So he got attracted by a prostitute and gave up his own wife, right? But he got delivered only by devotional service. Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a very nice example. Chota Haridas. He took sannyas and still he fell down just by looking at a woman, just by thinking that this woman is beautiful. When he went for Madhukari, right? Went for begging, that woman came out to give him rice and all that. So he just thought, it was just a thought. It was not even an action. It was just a thought in his mind. This woman is beautiful. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him, right? Said, because the devotional service standards are high. Being a sannyasi, even in his mind, he cannot think of another woman. Okay, because sannyasis are supposed to be away from women. Any kind of woman, even only mother is allowed, no other women he can talk to, right? So that is the standard. So Chota Haridas also fell down. Indra also fell down, right? Any instance where Indra fell down? There are a lot of instances.
Govardhan Mataji, when they started praying to Govardhan, he got angry and he started, the wrath of Indra, where he started a torrential storm and Krishna had to save the people of Braj by holding up the Govardhan.
Yeah. So there he couldn't control his anger, right? And in one instance, he couldn't control his lust also. Anybody knows that incident? Yeah, Haribol. This is what I was looking for. Ahalya, right? He went to another extreme level where he, Suma Mataji, you want to explain?
Mataji, but I don't know, Mataji. Who is that Ahalya's husband, Mataji?
Gautam Muni. So he took the
Gautam.
form of her husband, Gautam Muni, and went to Ahalya. Ahalya is thinking, okay, this is my husband, right? So he couldn't overcome lust. Yeah, Gautam Muni. So he couldn't overcome lust, and he committed such extreme. He went to an extreme level also. He took the form of Ahalya's husband, and Ahalya does not even know that. She's thinking, okay, this is my husband, right? So he couldn't overcome lust. And looking at this incident, looking at Ahalya being very close with Indra, Gautam Muni came and cursed Ahalya into a stone, right? She turned into a stone, right? So she's a pure devotee, but still Indra couldn't overcome lust. He fell down, he made Ahalya also fall down, right? So material, energy is, it's not that she is strong, it's just that our consciousness is so weak that we give up easily, right? Without making any attempt to even defend ourselves in front of Maya, protect ourselves, right? And one more person, Bharat Maharaj. What happened to him? Whom was he attracted by?
Dear Mataji.
Dear, right? He was in Bhava stage. There's just one stage away he could reach Krishna, right? And he fell down from bhava back to square. I mean, back to zero, like level zero. Again, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha he has to do, right? So just by a deer, he got attracted. We all know the story, right? So on the other hand, there are a lot of personalities by devotion service, they overcame Maya. Who is that? One person who is very, very famous, the hero of Chaitanya
Haridas
Charitamrita.
Thakur. Haridas
Haridas
Thakur.
Thakur. Very nice. Haridas Thakur, right? What happened? Prostitute came to attract him. Did he get attracted? No. He got attracted more to Harinam. He said, let me chant, let me chant. I will finish this round and come to you, finish this round and come to you. Finally, what happened? That prostitute turned into a devotee, came in front of him, fell to his feet and said, you give me also this devotion service path and all. I will also take this up. I also want to learn this. He converted a prostitute into a devotee. Can you imagine? Right? Any other example? Who overcame Maya and sinful tendencies? Or attachment to material opulences? So many other. Rupa Goswami. Right? He used to store his earnings, gold and all that in ships, not in cupboards like us. So much of earnings he had, gold coins and all that, right? He never got attracted to all that material opulence. A lot of us get attracted, right? Oh, I have so much money. I'm so rich. All of us get attracted. We get materially so attached. But Rupa Goswami, what did he do? He divided and gave it off to people. Whatever he kept for himself for personal emergency, that was also used to release Sanatan Goswami. Not even a rupee he had for himself, right? That is how people, devotees overcome Maya, right? That is the only way to overcome Maya. Mayam etam tarantite, Krishna says, that is the only way. When you have param drashva nivartate, when you have higher taste, right? When you have something else to focus on, when you have something better to focus on, everything else becomes insignificant. Right? Every other material enjoyment becomes insignificant. That's what we just saw in Gauranga Bolite Pulaka Sharira, right? That bhajan. Only with devotional service. When you have something nice to attach to, why do you have to get attached to this material world? Param drishtva nivartate, Krishna says, right, in Bhagavad Gita. So here, this purport mostly talks about the differences between us, living entities, and the Lord, super soul, right? Soul and super soul. Now, it says, Dhruva Maharaj says over here, you're always different from the ordinary living entity, right? So this is one factor that all the devotees who are there in Bhagavatam, right? Bhagavatam is a collection of devotee success stories. What is that one common factor, right? What is that one common factor of all, among all these devotees who are recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam? That one common factor is they have realized this. They have realized the statement that we are different, Krishna is different. What is the difference? What is that basic difference that they have realized? Anybody knows? No one knows? They have realized that Krishna is Vibhu Atma and we living entities, we are Anu Atma. Krishna is Vibhu, he is huge. Right? And we are Anu, we are small, right? This is the truth that they have all realized. Got it? That's what makes them enter Bhagavatam, right? That's what makes them devotees. Although we know this, theoretically we know this, we do not know this practically. That's why when something happens against our wish and will, we go question, why didn't this happen according to me, Krishna, right? We are not realizing he's huge. He's an ocean and we are just one small drop in that ocean. That's the difference, right? Consciously living our life, thinking on this statement makes our life also successful, just like theirs, right? There are a lot of differences. Krishna is Trikala Jnani, right? In darkness, in material darkness, we can't even see our own hand. We can't see our own face, right? When you switch off all the lights around, you can't see anything, right? But Krishna is not like that. He doesn't just know your present. He knows your past. He knows your future as well. He's Trikala Jnani, right? That is the difference between us and Krishna. So there are so many differences too. We can just go on and on and on. We are souls, right? We are present only in our heart. Krishna is a super soul. He is present not just in your heart, In my heart also, in somebody else's heart also. Right? That same super soul is present in all the hearts. Right? He is omnipresent, sarva vyapi. We are just limited to our own body. We just know what is happening in my body. I know what is happening in my body. But Krishna knows what is happening in my body, your body, others' body also. Right? So he is, again, proves his Vibhu Atma. Right? He is not an ordinary person. And living entity, they are forced to appear in this material world. Right? Based on their karma and all that. They are forced. I might not want to take birth in a poor family, but I've taken birth in a poor family. I might not want to take birth in an animal kingdom, but I've taken birth in an animal kingdom. Right? All these desires we have. But we are forced. We do not have a choice. We are not allowed, given this freedom to decide our parents. But Krishna, he can choose his parents. Right? When he comes down in every millennium, Krishna can choose the kind of pastimes he wants to perform. Krishna can choose everything. He has the freedom. He is not forced. He is not controlled by the law of Maya or karma, right? Daivi, he esha gunamaya. This is my energy only, Krishna says. Maya is his energy only, right? But for us, it's not like that. We are forced based on our law of karma, right? And Krishna comes in Atma Maya, right? Krishna discusses this in 4th chapter, his appearance, right? When he comes millennium after millennium into this material world, how does he come? He comes through Atma Maya, through his internal potency, not through external potency. The body that we are given, it's from Krishna's external potency. Mahamaya gives us this body. That's why this is temporary. It will die one day, right? But Krishna comes through his internal potency, Atma Maya. So his body is not made of blood and bones and skeleton and all that, right? When you prick his body, blood will not come out. He will not age, right? Even when he comes to this world, he comes through his transcendental body given by his internal potency. But for us, it's different, right? And Krishna has all the 6 opulences in full, right? What are those 6 opulences? Anybody knows? What are the 6 opulences Krishna has in full?
Beauty, knowledge, wealth, strength,
Renunciation.
pronunciation,
And fame, Mataji. All fame.
fame.
Sorry?
Fame.
All fame.
Fame. Yeah. Aishwaryasya samagrasya veerasya. So Aishwaryasya samagrasya, Aishwarya, wealth, veerasya, power, as you said, physical and mental strength, all kinds of strength, right? Yashas Shriyaha, Yashash, popularity, all fame. Shriyaha, all beauty, right? And then Jnana Vairagyam Shaiva, right? Jnana, all knowledge. And what else? He also has yes, Prabhuji, we will talk about it. Thank you for reminding. Vairagya, renunciation. These 6 are in full quantities. It's present in him, right? So you cannot attract him by giving your money. You cannot attract him by showing your beauty. You cannot attract him by your popularity. He will not fall for all that, right? Definitely you can't attract him with all these 6. Then what else can you attract Krishna? Anybody knows? How to please him? How to attract him?
By performing pure devotional service, Mataji.
So what is that called? What do you
chanting.
give him?
Bhakti
No.
yoga.
What do you give him by performing devotional service?
We have to surrender pure love, Mataji.
Yeah, exactly. Hi,
Prema.
bol. Pure love. Kirti Mataji also got it right. Love. Love is all that he wants. That's all, nothing else. Right? So Krishna says, I mean, the 6 characteristics of devotional service as mentioned by Rupa Goswami, right? What is that? Klesha Agnishubhada, Moksha Lagata Kritsudurlabha, Sandrananda Visheshatma, Krishna Karshani Chasa. The last one, the 6 characteristics of devotional service is Krishna Karshani Chasa. It attracts Krishna himself. Can you imagine? Pure devotion service attracts Krishna himself. Krishna is not attracted by any of these opulences. You cannot say, I have so much money, I'll give you money. No, he has more than that. Chintamani Prakara Sadmashu Kalpa Vriksha. Right? Chintamani, his dham is made of gemstones and gold and everything. He doesn't want your money. right? What is he attracted? What can you attract him by? Just love, nothing else other than love, right? So this is one thing we need to understand, right? Pure love is all that he wants. And for that purpose, as Mataji said, we need to chant, because when you chant and chant and chant, we get purified and we get, Krishna Prem. That love for Krishna is what we get, in our heart. Yasmin viruddhagatayo hi anisham patanti vidyadayo vivida saktaya anupuryat tad brahma vishwabhavam ekam anantamatyam anandamatram avikaram aham prapadye. My Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energies are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Can anybody read the purport?
May I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the unlimited impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of the transcendental body of Govinda. In that unlimited effulgent aura of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are innumerable universes with innumerable planets of different categories. Although the Supreme Person is the original cause of all causes, his impersonal effulgence, known as Brahman, is the immediate cause of the material manifestation. Dhruva Maharaja therefore offered his respectful obeisances unto the impersonal feature of the Lord. One who realizes this impersonal feature can enjoy the unchangeable Brahmananda, described here as spiritual bliss. Sri Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura describes that this impersonal feature or Brahman manifestation of the Supreme Lord is meant for persons who are essentially very advanced but still not able to understand the personal feature or variegatedness of the spiritual world. Such devotees are known as Jnana Mishra Bhaktas, or devotees whose devotional service is mixed with empiric knowledge. Because the impersonal Brahman realization is a partial understanding of the absolute truth, Dhruva Maharaja offers his respectful obeisances. It is said that this impersonal Brahman is a distant realization of the absolute truth. Although apparently Brahman seems to be devoid of energy, factually it has different energies working under the headings of knowledge and ignorance. On account of these different energies, there is continually a manifestation of Vidya and Avidya. Vidya and Avidya are very nicely described in Ishopanishad. It is said there that sometimes, due to avidya or a poor fund of knowledge, one accepts the absolute truth as ultimately impersonal. But in fact, the impersonal and personal realizations develop in proportion to the development of devotional service. The more we develop our devotional service, the more closely we approach the absolute truth, which in the beginning, when we realize the absolute truth from a distant place, is manifest as impersonal. People in general who are under the influence of avidya shakti or maya have neither knowledge nor devotion. But when a person who is a little advanced and is therefore called a jnani advances even more, he is in the category of a jnana mishra bhakta, or a devotee whose love is mixed with empiric knowledge. When he is still further advanced, he can realize that the absolute truth is a person with multiple energies. An advanced devotee can understand the Lord and his creative energy. As soon as one accepts the creative energy of the absolute truth, the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are also understood. Devotees who are still further advanced in full knowledge can understand the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Only on that platform can one fully enjoy transcendental bliss. An example is given in this connection by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura of a person proceeding towards a destination. As he approaches, he sees the destination from a distant place, just as we see a city from a distance. At that time, he simply understands that the city is situated at a distance. When he comes still nearer, however, he sees the domes and flags. But as soon as he enters the city, he sees various paths, gardens, lakes, marketplaces with shops, and persons buying. He sees varieties of cinema houses and he sees dancing and jubilation. When a person actually enters the city and personally sees the activities of the city, he becomes satisfied. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, Giridhar Prabhuji, can we talk about it?
Yes, Mataji. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna, Matajis and Prabhujis. We all know that the temple ceremony has been organized on August 19th, right, on Balarama Day. So we request everyone to come in person to the temple and attend the function. So how many of us are ready here to attend the function there at the temple? Can you all raise your hands?
Prabhuji, can you repeat? When is it and where is it?
August 19th, ISKCON Mangalore, Prabhuji, Kulai, ISKCON Mangalore Kulai. So it has been decided. So, and we have been corresponding, we have been sending messages in the group, Prabhuji. So please
Yes.
keep
Got
checking that. And then we have only been communicating over WhatsApp and Zoom, right? So we all haven't had any opportunity of seeing each other in person or so. And Lord Sri Radha Govinda. So I visited once to the temple and got the opportunity to meet, have darshan of Guru Maharaj. So we all have the same opportunity again. He is coming there in present. So we all can be together there and then form a group and do some sevas there. Prabhuji. NND Prabhuji is organizing many sevas there for us. It is all purely run by devotees, the volunteers there. So Prabhuji has made it a point that this function has to be handled only by volunteers who have done courses there too, Mataji and Prabhuji. So please do come and praise the occasion on 18th. You can either come on 17th, 3 days, stay there. Prabhuji has organized stay accommodation and food for us, and even the transport to and from the station and the bus from the airport also. So anybody taking the air route, you can inform either me or Radhika Mataji, and then we will organize everything for you. So please do come and you can book your tickets now. So it has been announced 4 months before. You can book your ticket. Many of us have booked the tickets, and almost all the groups have volunteers. They have all agreed and they have all booked the tickets also. So we request Sadachar team members, devotees, and to help NND Prabhuji in this occasion. So please decide. And Mataji, you want to add anything to this, Mataji? Or?
Yeah, so there are many sevas where we are assigned group-wise sevas, right from receiving Guru Maharaj to organizing accommodation for him. We need many volunteers for all of this. Reception of visiting devotees. Guru Maharaj will be coming. Along with him, other sannyasis will be coming. Other temples, presidents will be coming, right? And arranging accommodation, serving prasadam, cooking prasadam for the deities, and then transportation, right? Coordinating with with devotees when they are arriving, when they are leaving, when they are, have they reached their rooms, etc., etc. And then event management, taking care of the videography, generator, lighting, and then next is, what else? Yeah, there's Ratha Yatra also. So organizing for Ratha Yatra, cleaning the temple, and registering the public people who come and go, right? For them also, we can call them, invite them, going to personally to all the local temples there and inviting them, right? Book distribution, selling prasadam to the public for funds and donation collection. Kirtan, just doing kirtan is a service. And yeah. And then what else? Personally assisting the devotees who are senior devotees who are there, right? So there are a lot of sevas, and the dates are, as Prabhuji mentioned, it's August 19th. So you can either come there on August 15th and stay and help in all the sevas, etc. And or you can either come on August 17th, okay, which is a Saturday morning. So it's up to you. The forms are all sent in the group. You just have to fill it up, book your tickets, Yeah, there are people coming from Dubai, right? Bhakti Vaibhav, there's a Mataji coming from Dubai, from Bhakti Vaibhav group, right? There are people coming from other countries as well. So this is like a one-time event. It's a lifetime opportunity because it's a huge event. It's a grand event. NND Prabhuji is expecting people in thousands, like thousands, right?
Yeah, about
And
2,000 to 5,000 members.
yeah, so many people, right? Can we bring our kids along with us if we are coming for seva? Yes, Mataji, you can bring them, but make sure you are also involved in seva. Take care of that, okay? Because there's a lot of services that we have to do, right? And so many sevas, so many people are expected. And from this group, I think Keshav Prabhu is coming, Giridhar Prabhu is coming, me, myself, and then who else?
It is organized based on the language groups, right? So if you're all
Yeah.
interested, kindly message me. I'll coordinate and add you to the corresponding group. So you can then join them once after coming to ISKCON Mangaluru. If you give us your itinerary, all the transportation will be taken care, accommodation will be taken care, and you can then join the corresponding group once after landing in ISKCON Mangaluru.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, one more thing we need to speak of is about the accommodation itinerary that NND Prabhuji mentioned. The sooner we register, the closer we will be to the temple premises. Because Prabhuji said that the faster we do it, even if we are in groups, either we'll get lodging in Suratkal or Mangalore or Udupi. So the faster we register, the faster we take and be more proactive in this service or taking up the service for the temple, the better, so that we can be closer to the temple, Mataji. So that is something that's very important to mention, because otherwise, we may be away from the temple, like 1 hour away. Also, NND Prabhuji was mentioning, and that will be
Yeah.
very tough to, coordinate coming to the temple, going back and all this.
Yeah, so as Prabhuji said, if we will be given accommodation in Udupi also for people who are registering later, right? If Suratkal is full, Mangalore is full, then we will get it in Udupi. Udupi is like 1 hour travel, I think 40-50 kilometers from Mangalore, if I'm not wrong. So 1 hour travel. Just to go to your room, freshen up and come back to the temple, you need to travel 1 hour, 1 hour going, 1 hour coming. So sooner the better, right? And Kirti Mataji, do you want to add?
Hare Krishna Mataji. No, Mataji. I think Keshav Prabhuji and Giridhar Gopal Prabhuji and you perfectly have added everything to it. So,
Yeah.
Hari. Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much for all the support and guidance.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Keshav
you.
Prabhuji. And Keshav Prabhuji just got initiated. So Kenny Prabhuji got
Yeah.
initiated.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
If you want to share some experiences of yours in here.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. So one thing that I will say is that reading is not enough. We've actually got to understand what we are reading, especially listen to, Shiksha Gurus and group leaders in BV, because a lot of questions will be asked that, if we are not listening, we will not be able to answer. Make sure you're doing sadhana every day. 16 rounds is very important to chant. Another thing, Mangalarti. If we do not know any of the prayers of Mangalarti, I suggest, you learn it now. Bhog Arti is another, or Bhog Mantra is something that is very important. And Guru Puja, Sri Charna Guru Padma, if we don't know, when we go there and they ask us, right, they'll make us again take the test. So if you want to avoid the test, these things are the most important. Reading in the sense you have to read, Bhagavatam Canto 1 at least, because they will ask questions from Canto 1. Like I was asked, what was my favorite chapter? And, thanks to attending this, Bhakti Sadhachar class, I was able to explain, what was my favorite verses. Of course, I couldn't, chant the shlokas, but that's not something that you're looking for per se, but it's good if you know the shlokas also. But most importantly, you need to know at least a few translations of your favorite shlokas, need to know what the purport is about. The experience is blissful. I was lucky that I got initiation in Vrindavan, and there was 600 plus people. So the energy was actually real. And when we found out that Guru Maharaj couldn't make it to Vrindavan, we were actually, kind of disappointed. But on the actual day of the initiation, when Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj came and he said, y'all don't have to worry. Your Guru Maharaj is your Guru Maharaj. Jayapataka Swami is your Guru Maharaj. I am only here to give you your malas. But even when we were, receiving those malas, you could feel the energy of Guru Maharaj pass through, uh, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj himself. And literally, the whole place was in tears because we could feel that energy, of the elevated devotees and all this. So from my part, all I will say is study hard. My very first Shiksha Gurus, I am also very thankful for listen to them when we attend level 1 in Sadachar also. We are attending Radhika Mataji's class. Listen to what she has to say because it's very important to listen. And only if we listen intently can we also go and pass the exams. It's not becoming easier actually because Guru Maharaj is not well. So they are making it very hard for us to pass. So if we do not study, we cannot reach anywhere. But the topmost thing I will say is have bhakti, have faith in Krishna. Because if you have that faith in Krishna, when you go for the exam, even if you forget, Krishna will make you remember. Because that factor is there. Krishna will make you remember. Like when they asked me Tulsi to sing the Tulsi Aarti, I reached a point where I got confused between the 4th and the 5th verse. And I'm sitting there and Mataji is like, what happened? I'm like, Mataji, I'm a bit confused. She said, why? Just sing. You don't worry, you just sing. So they'll give you that confidence. It's all that you need to receive it. Receive everything that Krishna is giving to you. Even if it's like sad in the material world, eventually you will find that happiness. And it's a beautiful experience, to be initiated and, follow and grow up in more sadhana. So I wish all of y'all to read more, to pray more, and to reach out to Krishna, the way that the Vedic scriptures have intended us to reach out to Krishna. Like what we are learning now about Dhruva Maharaj, what we learned about, Kunti Mata, all these are wonderful experiences and examples of what we need to do really. Because for me personally, I actually had all the bad habits, you name it, I had it. And for me, one thing I learned is you can stop if you pray to Krishna. So for me, I took it as Ekadashi days. So every Ekadashi, took a sankalpa, like this Ekadashi, I'll stop smoking. Next Ekadashi, I stopped drinking. Then I stopped non-vegetarian food. And with each Ekadashi, I grew in strength in Krishna and faith in Krishna. So I wish that for all of you, it's not just one person that matters. The association of devotees is the most important thing for us right now. So I am also asking y'all and requesting all of y'all, for whoever it's possible, please come for the temple inauguration. Like Mataji mentioned, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it's also an opportunity to meet Guru Maharaj, or at least, see Guru Maharaj face to face. So please try your level best to make it to ISKCON Kulai. Like Mataji said, already some of us are booked our tickets and we are planning on reaching there on the 15th. But for those of you all who can't make it on the 15th, there's lots of seva. Today in the meeting, NND Prabhuji was mentioning a lot. So please try and make it. Thank you so much, Giridhar Prabhuji, for allowing me to speak my heart out. I won't take up too much of your time because it's already 8 p.m. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So, one thing to add about Keshav Prabhu, he did not even complete a year in ISKCON. You know that? He's such an inspiration for all of us. He got sheltered and within 4 months, he got initiated. We are asked to wait for 6 months, right? So, that is what he was trying to explain. Bhakti is all. That's all. If you have bhakti, Krishna will take us. No rules will come on our way, right, to stop us. Nothing will come come in your way to stop you. So in just 4 months, he got initiated. He came to ISKCON. I think in 1.5 months, he got sheltered, directly sheltered, not even aspiration. Because he was already following 4 regulative principles. He was chanting 16 rounds. And then he got sheltered. And in 1.5, 2 months time. And then he did not wait for 6 months. 4 months time, he got initiated. Can you imagine? Right? So he's such an inspiration for all of us. Right? Yeah. So let's quickly finish this. This shloka and then one more shloka. I might extend the class today. Yeah. So what does this say? My dear Lord, your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. So Ishopanishad, right? 11th shloka, Isho 11, talks about this. There is two kinds of knowledge. One is material knowledge. The other one is spiritual knowledge or the transcendental knowledge, right? So what is this knowledge, or what is exactly the shloka trying to tell in Ishopanishad is Vidyam cha vidyam chayas tadvedo bhayam saha avidyayam mrityum tirtva vidyayam mritam ashnate. So what does this mean? One who can learn the process of science and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality, right? So what does this mean? You need to learn both the knowledge and the process of ignorance side by side. Anybody knows why are we asked to learn the process of ignorance also side by side?
So that we don't fall into its trap.
Yeah, exactly. So when somebody says, do not do this, this is bad, you should know what is bad. You should know about it, right? To avoid it. Otherwise, what will you avoid? Right? Otherwise, what will you avoid? So you need to learn both bad and good things side by side so that you know what to avoid in the right way and what to embrace in a right way. So you need to, that's why it is said over here, side by side, you have to develop both spiritual knowledge and material knowledge. And this material knowledge, do not use it for your sense gratification. Do not use it for doing bad things. Use it to reach Krishna again, like maintaining our body, eating, taking bath, sleeping, right? Waking up. All this is material, right? We buy clothes. We go shopping to buy clothes. This is a material activity, but we need all this, right? Basic needs. So you need to use it proportionately so that you can reach Krishna doing all these material activities, right? That is the meaning of this. So we can have a well-balanced, life of both spiritual and material knowledge. And this kind of knowledge, this minimalistic knowledge of material world will not allow us to fall down, okay? Will not allow us to misuse this human intelligence. That's why it's very important. That's why Dhruva Maharaj also says, see, Dhruva Maharaj never studied Ishopanishad. He was just 5 years old. He did not even go to school. But he knows there are two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. This is very, very important, right? So, yeah, here it is said, right? Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulena krishnanushilanam bhakti ruttamam. Right? Where is it said? Pure devotion service. Yeah, he's one who realizes this impersonal feature can enjoy the unchangeable Brahmananda described here as spiritual bliss. So when we have these material, desires in mind, right? Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Prabhupada talks about it here. Right? I want that. I want this. That is the reason I'm doing devotional service. So this is called Jnana Mishra. We are doing devotional service, but it is mixed with Jnana and Kama Mishra, Karma Mishra Bhakti also they say. I want this, that's why I'm going to Krishna, right? Like Dhruva Maharaj, for example, he also did devotional service, but he had a motive in mind, right? What was that motive? He wanted a kingdom which is even bigger than his grandfather Brahma, right? So that was the motive he had in mind. And so that's why it's not called pure devotional service. It's motivated, right? It's more, that too, it is materially motivated, right? But Dhruva Maharaj, after he saw the Lord and after the Lord blessed him with the Shank, he got transcendental knowledge and all his motives just went away, right? All his motives went away. He says, Varam na yache. Dhruva Maharaj says, yes, I've seen you and this is all I want. I just want to see you forever. I don't want anything. I don't want any kingdom now. He says, I came to you with a motive, but now I don't want anything. That is called realization. That's called transcendental realization, right? And Krishna also says, right? Ananyas chintayanto mam yume bhaktya prayachiti. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jano paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Right? Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will give you what you lack and I will preserve what you already have. What more do we need to live in this world? Right? What more do we need to live in this world? Krishna takes, I'm going to personally take care of you. For that, what we should do? Ananyas chintayanto mam. Always think about him. Always think about him. Right? That is all we need to do. And when we always think about him, Krishna will help us in helping us survive here. Right? A lot of us give reasons. No, I have office work, I have that work, this work, so I'm not able to focus on devotion service. Krishna says you focus on devotion service and I will help you with your office work so that you will have what you already have. You will all that will be preserved, and plus you will also get what you lack, right? So this is the care Krishna gives us. The very nice example here is given to us by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, right? The Brahman realization. He compares it. What are the 3 levels of realization? Anybody knows? What are the 3 levels of realizing God?
Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, Mataji.
Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. What is Brahman?
It is the impersonal, knowing the Lord to be impersonal, Mataji.
Yeah. So what is it exactly? The light,
Just the light,
spiritual
Mataji.
effulgence coming out from the Lord's body, right? Yeah. That is impersonal Brahman. Okay. Next is Paramatma. What is Paramatma? What is Paramatma? Yes.
We know that
Kirti
Krishna is in. Yes, Mataji. We know that Krishna is within everyone's heart as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The super soul
Kshirodakashayi
sitting
Vishnu.
in the heart, right? Yes. Then Bhagavan. What is Bhagavan?
Knowing that Krishna is the absolute.
But what is Bhagavan feature? How do you explain it?
He is the personal who Krishna is the supreme, Mataji, Vibhu Atma, and he has the personal form, Mataji.
Yeah, he has a personal form. That is what is important. The personal Shyamasundara form. His eternal staying in Goloka. Yes, Kirti Mataji, you want to add?
Yes, Mataji. Also about the 6 rasas. The 5 rasas. Yeah.
5 rasas and 6 opulences. Right? So going back to this Ishopanishad shloka, Vidya, Avidya, right? As Dhruva Maharaj says, there is knowledge. There are 2 opposing elements, right? Knowledge and ignorance. So now the question is, devotees also have problems in life. They are in knowledge, still they are attacked by ignorance. Why?
Maya is so strong, Mataji.
Yeah, but devotees, definitely Krishna will help. Even Maya starts helping at one point. Even Durga Devi starts helping us if we are so committed to Krishna. Why? Why even pure devotees are put into problems? Krishna says, no, in Bhagavad Gita, Mahatmanastu Mampartha Daivim Prakriti Mashrita. They are not anymore in Maya's trap once you become devotee. You're transferred from Maya's lap to Krishna's internal potencies lap, that is Radharani's lap. The moment you become devotee. Still, when you are in Radharani's protection, then why are you getting... that's
because
what. Why
of the anarthas, Mataji. Anarthas, Mataji.
Devotees, no, they are definitely trying to overcome. Krishna has said, even if you have anarthas, you are still considered a devotee. You are still considered sadhu, he says. Then why?
Previous karma vasanas, Mataji.
No. You chant, you get initiated, all your karma gets, burnt. No one knows?
Mataji,
For a
Krishna.
purification.
Yes, Kirti Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, like Krishna wants us to go back to him as soon as possible. He's waiting for all of us, but and he's trying to like cleanse us of of all our impurities and our karmas. and he's trying our best to take us as soon as possible. Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, see, basically, why do we get difficulties is to remind us that we do not belong here. The more we get all the comforts here, the more we settle here. Right? Okay, I have everything. We do not even think of going out of the comfort zone. I have everything I want. Why do I have to leave this world? Why do I have to chant? Why do I have to go to somewhere else? Everything is here, nice. You know, I'm getting everything that I want over here. Right? We become complacent. Right? So Krishna, by giving us problems, Krishna is giving us problems. When a devotee gets a problem, it's Krishna who gives, not Maya, not karma, nothing. Everything is under Krishna's control, right? So Krishna himself personally comes and gives troubles. Why? To remind that devotee devotee does not belong here. Our home is somewhere else. It's in Goloka Vrindavan, not here, right? And this material enjoyment is not all in all. There is something more blissful, something eternal, somewhere else waiting for you, right? Krishna waits for us at the entrance of Goloka when we are going to Goloka. The moment we go there, he personally greets us. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? Right? And because he's eagerly waiting for us. We are waiting we are waiting to Goloka, go to Goloka, yes, but he's 10 times more eagerly waiting for us. Can you imagine? Right? So spiritual world is our home. That is our real constitutional, that's where we can perform devotional service in real constitutional position. The moment you get that Swarupa Siddhi, that's when we get spiritual bliss, the eternal bliss, Ananda. There's nothing else apart from Ananda. Right? So, to end this shloka, I'll just end it on one note, that is, we are all spiritual beings with human experience. We are not human beings with spiritual experience. That we need to understand. Modern scientists say that, no, we are all humans with so and so experience, so and so planets we've gone. Somewhere when we have gone, we've accumulated that experience, and then we are reflecting upon that. No, we are spiritual beings with human experience. We are not, human beings with spiritual experience. Got it? And yeah, next shloka. The last one for the day. I would request you all to stay back. I'll finish it in 15 minutes. Satyashisho hi bhagavam stavapada padmam ashishtatanubhajataha purusharthamurtehe apyeva marya bhagavan prajapati dinan vashreva vatsakham anugraha kataro asman. O Lord, O Supreme Lord, you are the supreme bona fide form of all benedictions. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotion service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than becoming king and lording it over a kingdom. That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet. To ignorant devotees like me, you are the causelessly merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of the newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. Hare Krishna. Can you all read? Can anybody read the translation? Purport? Yes, Suma Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Dhruva Maharaj was cognizant of the defective nature of his own devotional service. Pure devotional service is without material form and is not covered by mental speculation or fruitive activities. Pure devotional service is therefore called ahaituki, unmotivated. Dhruva Maharaj knew that he had come to worship the Lord in devotional service with a motive, to get the kingdom of his father. Such an unadulterated devotee can never see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He therefore felt very grateful for the causeless mercy of the Lord. The Lord is so merciful that not only does he fulfill the desire of a devotee who is driven by ignorance and desires for material benefit, but he also gives such a devotee all protection, just as a cow gives milk to a newly born calf. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the Lord gives intelligence to the constantly engaged devotee so that he may gradually approach the Lord without difficulty. A devotee must be very sincere in his devotional service. Then, although there may be many things wrong on the devotee's part, Krishna will guide him and gradually elevate him to the highest position of devotional service. The Lord is addressed herein by Dhruva Maharaj as Purushartha Murti, the ultimate goal of life. Generally, Purushartha is taken to mean execution of a type of religious principle or worship of God in order to get material benediction. Prayers for material benediction are intended for satisfying the senses. And when one is frustrated and cannot fully satisfy the senses in spite of all endeavor, he desires liberation or freedom from material existence. These activities are generally called Purushartha, but actually the ultimate goal is to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called Panchama Purushartha, the ultimate goal of life. Lord Chaitanya therefore taught us not to ask from the Supreme Personality any benediction such as material wealth, popularity, or a good wife. One should simply pray to the Lord to be constantly engaged in his transcendental loving service. Dhruva Maharaj, being cognizant of his desire for material benefit, wanted protection from the Lord so that he might not be misled or deviated from the path of devotional service by material desires. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. Yeah, so last verse. So did you notice any similarity in the last verses? I mean, when you compare it with Kunti Stuti and this, anybody? Any similarity in the last verse? What does Kunti Devi ask for?
More
Haribol.
miseries,
Yes.
Mataji.
Sorry?
More miseries, Mataji.
That is in the middle. In the last, Renuka Mataji got it right. Pure devotional service. I just don't want anything else. I just want to serve you, oh my Lord, she says. Right? Same way, Dhruva Maharaj also says, you know, beautifully he says over here. Right? For one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than even becoming a king and lording it over a kingdom. Can you imagine? The same Dhruva Maharaj who went with a desire for a bigger kingdom than his grandfather kingdom, right? Brahma Loka. He is saying it's worshipping your lotus feet is better than even becoming a king. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This is called realization, right? All of us have anarthas in us. We all have bad qualities. We all go to Krishna, ask him for for that, this, everything, all material benedictions. But coming to this realization is what makes the difference, right? That is what makes the difference. And yeah, secret of bhakti is pure lovable service to Krishna. Krishna Karshanichata, we already discussed. That's what attracts even Krishna. The moment you start loving Krishna, Krishna thinks, what do I have to give this person? He or she is loving me so much. Okay, since I don't have anything that equates to this person's love, I will give myself to him. That's what Krishna says. You know that? And that's when you get Krishna. That's how we all get Krishna Prem. Right? So this is very, very important. Anyabhilashita shunya, jnana karmadi anavrata. Anukulena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruchyata. Right? Bhaktiruttamam. So here also it's the same thing that is so said, right? Devotional service, pure devotional service is free from mental speculation and fruitive activities. Jnana karmadi anavratam. It is free. It's ahaituki apratihata. Right? Savai pumsam paro dharmo yata bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratihata Yayatma Suprasidati. Only devotional service which is ahaituki and apratihata is going to satisfy yourself. Yayatma Suprasidati. Not other kinds of devotional service. Not Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Karma Mishra Bhakti. Right? Only that is ahaituki, unmotivated, and apratihata, uninterrupted. Nothing can stop. Right? Nothing should be the motive and nothing should stop your devotional service. Only when your devotional service has these two characteristics, then it is called pure devotional service. Right? And that attracts even Krishna. And when you attain that stage, that's when we come to this realization. Serving Krishna's lotus feet is even better than becoming a king or lording it over a kingdom. Right? And so here another example is given, right? Just like how to ignorant devotees like me, you are the causeless, merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of the newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. So So Dhruva Maharaj is realizing, he's accepting his mistake. I mean, it's not mistake per se, but he's now, displeased by his attitude. Oh my God, what did I do? I went and asked for something from the Lord, right? He's feeling guilty. He's feeling disgusted, right? And that's why he's saying to ignorant souls like me, ignorant devotees like me, you're causelessly merciful. Why is he saying Krishna is causelessly merciful? Why did he? Because he gave pole star. Is that the reason? Anybody knows?
No, Mataji. No, Mataji. Even when he came with a material desire, even then the Lord decided to appear in front of him, Mataji. Hare
No,
Krishna.
he will appear. Even if you go for material desire, he will appear. But what made him say this? Causelessly merciful. No one knows?
Because even when Dhruva Maharaj said he didn't want anything, the Lord actually still gave him.
No. No, not because he gave him the pole star. Not because he gave him his own kingdom, his own Vaikunta. No. What is the reason? No one knows? Because Krishna. Hari Bol! Yes, this is what I was looking for. Renuka Mataji got it right again. Right? After looking at the Lord, he forgot his desire. That means what? Krishna cleansed him, made him a pure devotee. Nobody will get this gift. One devotee got this. Kolavecha Sridhar. It comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. Next is Dhruva Maharaj. Getting cleansed and becoming a pure devotee is not easy. Okay. Krishna just made it so easy. He made it a cakewalk for him. Just by touching his shank on his head, all his anarthas were purified and he became a pure devotee. He forgot his desires. He's saying, I don't want anything. I just want pure devotion service at your lotus feet. It's not easy to attain that stage. Lot of people do tapasya, severe austerities just for that. But Dhruva Maharaj performed severe austerities for something else. And he got this as the gift. It's I have no words. It cannot be equaled to anything. It's just amazing, right? So that gift he got by the Lord. That's why he said, you are causelessly merciful to me, right? That's what Dhruva Maharaj says, right? And the real kind of maintenance, no, it's not just it's defined in Bhagavatam. What is the duty of a mother? When do you say the mother has done her duty? Anybody knows? No one knows?
When she makes her kids Krishna conscious, Mataji.
Yeah, that is the baseline. Anything else you want to add? No one knows? So, when we can say a mother has completed her duty? When she ensures, when she ensures her child is not going to be born again in somebody else's womb, in some other mother's womb, or in that same mother's womb, once again, ever. That's when we say a mother has completed her job as a mother. Not giving education, food, money, clothes to her child, shelter to her child, saying, I'm taking care of my child. No. Mother can actually finish her duty when she ensures her child does not take birth ever again from any other mother's womb or from the same mother's womb. That means when she ensures that her child goes back home, back to Goloka in that life itself, in that lifetime itself, that's when you say the mother has completed her duty. I'm not saying this. Srimad Bhagavatam has given the definition. Okay, same applies to father also. Any parent for that matter. That's when we complete our duty as parents. Right? That's what I was trying to say. It's not maintaining doesn't mean just giving food, money, education, sending money when needed, giving shelter, right? Getting them married, getting them a job. No. What are you been doing by doing all that? You're just giving them karma entanglement, right? You're just giving them karma entanglement. But when you, as Mataji said, when you make your child Krishna conscious, then you're actually moving towards fulfilling your duty as a parent, right? So here, that's what it is said over here. Maintainer, causelessly merciful maintainer. Maintainer doesn't just mean See, Vishnu maintains our planet, right? Gives us food, make sure, ensures every living entity gets food, right? As a maintainer, that's his job. NND Prabhu keeps saying, no, an ant is getting food. Aren't you? Will you not get food if you chant his holy name? Definitely, ant is not chanting. Still, the ant is getting food, right? Krishna is providing. If you chant his holy name, will you not get? Right? So maintaining is Krishna's, Vishnu's part, it's just automatic process. You don't have to go to Krishna and say, give me a job, give me a house, give me that, give me this, I'm not able to live. Whether you ask or not, he will do it. It's very implicit. Okay. But what is actually maintaining is making a person his pure devotee, humble servant, and bringing him back home. That gift, Krishna is not going to give it to anybody. Okay, he's not going to give it to anybody. It's you have to be extra privileged, extra lucky to to have that blessing in your life, right? So that's why this is what I was saying. The purusharthas, right? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, occupation, and then from occupation you get money for sense gratification, kama, and then the dharma, artha, you get money, and then kama, sense gratification. Using that money, you focus on sense gratification, and then what happens? Moksha. You're done with all the sense gratification. You get so tired, and you'll be like, no, I don't want it anymore. I want moksha. I want to go and merge with the Supreme. Right? These are the 4 purusharthas, and performing devotional service to the Lord is Panchama Purushartha, defined by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this Panchama Purushartha is what is going to complete our life. Otherwise, our life is still incomplete. Right? So on this note, let's pray like Dhruva Maharaj and Kunti Maharani, that the only benediction we need is worshipping your lotus feet. We need to pray, always keep me engaged in your devotional service, O Lord. I don't want anything else. I want Krishna Prem. That is all I'm looking for. Right? So that is what we need to pray. Not give me that, give me this. He will anyway give. That is his job. Vishnu is the maintainer. Right? So on this note, let's end. Yeah, any doubts, any questions?
Mataji, can
Hare
I
Krishna.
add something? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, you were saying when you spoke about me, I got initiation within 4 months of shelter. Well, I'd like to add that more than bhakti, to perform bhakti, we need knowledge. And it's important because without knowing how to perform bhakti in the right way, we cannot do bhakti. So knowledge is also a very important factor of everything. And that's why I was saying we have to listen to our Shiksha Gurus. One last thing I'd like to do is I'd like to thank, a few people in this group also, who Girdhar Gopal Prabhuji, especially Kirti Mataji and Radhika Mataji, for always guiding me forward in my spiritual services. Because whenever I make a mistake, I am corrected. And that is the knowledge to accept that is coming only because of I speak with, Kirti Mataji and Radhika Mataji, because they've always said, listen to your seniors, because those Vaishnavas are the ones who can guide you towards Krishna. So acquire as much knowledge as you can, and bhakti will come automatically. So please acquire the knowledge to perform bhakti. That is what I'd like to add. Initiation is not easy without knowledge. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, any questions, anybody?
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Mataji. Which is the shloka, Mataji? That is Varam Nayache, that shloka number.
Kamin Kritotsmi Varam Nayache. I don't know the shloka number. I'll let you know. I will let you know in the next class, Mataji.
Oh, okay, Mataji. Mataji, I joined accidentally, Mataji. I joined actually for the initiation class, Mataji, but still
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
starting now. Sureshwari Mataji has already joined.
Okay. Hare Krishna. But it was
Hare
nice,
Krishna.
Mataji, with all
Yeah.
their associates. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry, Mataji.
Kirti Mataji, you want to add anything?
Nothing much, Mataji. I just want to say that your classes are so